Welcome to Ascend, a unified data engineering platform for building and running autonomous pipelines. This video will provide you with an overview of how to quickly and easily ingest data from any data source with Ascend. Starting with a blank data flow here, which can be thought of as a place for a pipeline or a collection of them. We're going to hit the build side here, where we're going to grab a Reconnector. Ascend provides pre-built Reconnectors for all the common blob stores, data warehouses, and databases. But just in case we don't have something for what you're looking for, you can always write custom Python code to retrieve the data as well. Today we're going to set up an S3 connection. I'm going to call it green-cab since we're going to grab green-cab data. And all we need to do is put in our bucket and how we want to match the pattern, which I'm going to leave it as glob for now, and bring in our actual pattern. I'm going to filter it to just March 2016 data. We'll need to enter in credentials to access this data, and then we can test the connection. Now that we've got that set up, we need to give it a schema so that we can start parsing this data. This data happens to be CSV, so I'm going to choose that as an option. And looks like Ascend has figured out the right columns and mostly the right data types that we want. Just in case this CSV doesn't work, we do offer a custom parser function as well that can again be built in Python. I'm going to check through some of these CSV options, and Ascend gives us a couple extra parser options for common problems that occur with fields. For example, on a string field, we might want to trim the white space, or on an integer field, we might need to deal with different style thousand separators that might be in the data. In this case, just giving our columns a quick scan, I'm going to change some of these fields, like tolls amount, to just be a float. The last part of setting up our Reconnector is to set a refresh schedule. Notice in Ascend, the refresh schedule is just when to check for new data. Ascend decouples this from a traditional pipeline run of, run a pipeline at 10 a.m. every day, by instead scheduling it based on the data that's actually available. So this refresh schedule is just to say when to check for new data. So I can say every 5 minutes. The pipeline won't actually run every 5 minutes. It'll just check if anything has been inserted, updated, or deleted. And only then will Ascend process the downstream effects, and only for the data that's actually changed. That's all for here. I'm going to go ahead and create the Reconnector, which is going to cause Ascend to automatically start asking S3 what files are available and parsing them. Looks like we have an error where tip amount is supposed to be a float, and we had it set as an int. Let's go ahead and fix that up. Now that I update this, Ascend is going to start the process all over again. So we can see that the data is parsing. Now that our data is all parsed and up to date, even though this is only a part of a pipeline, we can already start inspecting the records. At this point, we can start attaching more components to transform the data, or query the data, or even start writing it back out to our data lake. All of these will use the previously computed results and avoid slow rereads of the data from the source. That's all for today. With Ascend, hopefully we were able to see how easy it was to set up reconnectors that can grab your data from anywhere, in any format, and is immediately ready for querying and building the rest of your data pipeline. Thank you.